For a quick warm-up, we have a list of fractions and percentages.
Write these percentages in order from smallest to biggest.
Nice.
Very cool.
Right, so the green fractions and percentages are quarter, 31%, 27%, and 7 out of 20. How on earth can we tell which is the biggest and which is the smallest? How can we order them in size? The only way you can order fractions in size is if the denominator, i.e. the bottoms of the fractions, are the same. Of course, that's fine for fractions, but what about percentages? Well, remember, a percent means out of 100. So really, 31% is just 31 out of 100, and 27%, 27 out of 100. So 100 looks like a sensible denominator to use. Do 4 and 20 both go into 100? Yes, they do.
Write in fractions with 100 as a common denominator.
How many 4s go into 100? 25. So if you multiply the 4 by 25 to get to 100, you multiply by 1 by 25, 25 over 100. How many 20s go into 100? 5. If you multiply 20 by 5, you multiply 7 by 5. 7 by 5 is 35. We've now got 4 fractions which are expressed over 100. It's easy to see now that 25 100ths is the smallest and 35 100ths is the largest, with the other two being in the wrong order in between. Let's look at the blue example. We know that the fractions and percentages must be expressed as fractions over 100. How many 50s are in 100? 2. So what do we multiply the top by so that we can change the denominator to 100? We multiply the 37, the numerator, the top, by 2. 37 times 2. 74. How many 5s in 100? 20. If you multiply the bottom by 20, you multiply the top by the same. 20. What is 4 times 20? 80. This fraction is the same as 80 over 100. We know that a percentage is the same as a fraction over 100, so that's straightforward. And we learned from before that there are 25 4s in 100, so we multiply the top by 25. 3 times 25 is 75. Can you see now how easy it is to order these fractions now that they're all over 100? Right, do you agree with this order? Of course, 74 hundredths is the smallest fraction and 80 hundredths is the largest fraction. Just an aside, it actually looks like that these fractions and percentages are incredibly similar in size, as with the above example too. That was a warm-up. We're going to convert from decimals to percentages and vice versa.
Convert 0.4285 to a percentage.
Lovely deep voice you got there, my good man. Right, I want us to convert 0.4285 to a percentage. We've converted fractions to percentages in the warm-up, but now I want us to convert decimal fractions to percentages. And as you can see, this is a non-calculator exercise. Well, 0.4285 is the amount.
Multiply the decimal by 100%.
We always have to multiply this amount by 100%. Without a calculator, how on earth can we do that? Well, multiplying by 100 actually means that you can move the decimal point, not 1, but 2 spaces to the right. 1 space is multiplied by 10, 2 spaces is multiplied by 100. where does the decimal point go? Between the 2 and the 8. So your answer is 42.85%, or if you like, to the nearest whole percent, it rounds to 43%.
Convert 0.31895 to a percentage.
What do we multiply by to convert an amount to a percentage?
Multiply the decimal by 100%.
By 100. And how does the decimal place move? To the right, 2 steps. Where does the decimal point lie? Between the 1 and the 8. So your answer is 31.895. The exam question may ask you to write to the nearest percentage. Of course, the 8 makes this whole number round up to 32. 32%.
Convert the following decimals into percentages, my child.
Keep this screen on for 7 minutes or however long it takes you to convert these decimal amounts into percentages. See if you can round your answers to the nearest percentage, the nearest whole percent. Once you have completed the questions or 7 minutes has passed, then click on to reveal your answers. 75%, 64%, 19%, 92% because the 7 makes the 1 round up, 30% because the 7 makes the 29 round up to 30, 83% because the 6 makes the 2 round up, 52%, 31% because the 6 makes the 0 round up, 0.9.184 or 0.99%, and of course 0.2.9, the 9 will make the 2 round up, 0.3 or 3%.
Convert 17% to a decimal.
So now we've converted from decimals to percentages. We want to go the other way around. Percentages back to decimals.
Divide the decimal by 100%.
Lovely. Okay, now we multiply by 100% to go one way round. We're going backwards now, percentage to decimal. So we're going to do the exact opposite. Not multiply by 100, divide by 100. Again, 17.0 divided by 100 is not going to be typed into the calculator. What's the trick? Well, whenever we were manipulating decimals with this 100, we moved the point 2 places. Multiply meant it went to the right, so divide must mean that it has to go to the left, 2 places. So the point goes before the 1, and if there's nothing before the point, write nothing, or 0, 0.17.
Convert 35% to a decimal.
So what do we do first?
Divide the decimal by 100%.
And what's the trick for dividing by 100%? Dividing any decimal number by 100. Move the point not 1 but 2 places to the left. The point is sitting before the 3. And if there's nothing before the 3, write nothing, or 0. 0.35.
Convert 6% to a decimal.
What do we do first?
Divide the decimal by 100%.
That's correct, Arnie. Well done. And how do we divide by 100 without a calculator? Move the point 2 to the left. The point sits before the 0 with nothing or 0 in front of it. So there's nothing 0.06 as your decimal.
Now convert the following percentages into decimals.
Like before, allow yourself 7 minutes or however long it needs to take. Like before, allow yourself 7 minutes or however long it takes you to produce these calculations. Once you have found your answers or 7 minutes has passed, then click on through the presentation to reveal the answers. 27% converts to 0.27, and then the answers read as follows: 0.45, 0.36. 5% is the same as 0.5%, so 0.05. 0.462. Don't be phased that there's more decimal digits. 0.896. Remember, 4.8%. 0.048. 0.097. 0.1543. 0.0207. It's 02.07%. I hope you got these answers correct.
Extension work for super intelligent people.
The presentation is finished now, but if you fancy the challenge, keep this slide on screen and see if you can convert the decimals to percentages and vice versa, and then revise fractions to percentages and vice versa. Thank you.